Hey everybody, Tammy C. Walker, the owner of Dreams Are a Reality. You all know why I create this channel, to provide light and love. How you all doing? I'm doing very well. I'm at my office, as you can see. I typically come here on Fridays and Saturdays, sometimes only Fridays, but the weather is starting to break. It was cold today, but I saw 40s next week, well, this week coming up. So grateful. Today I want to talk about, sorry, my computer is over here. The energy you carry determines what you receive. The energy you carry determines your future and what you receive. And you'll hear people say, I'm going to match their energy, energy. This is so true about what you put out, you will get back. So the disclaimer is bad things do happen to great people, good people, kind people. Unfortunately, no one can escape that. That's a given. You can be the best person in the world and some things are going to happen to you or your loved ones. We won't even get into that. What I'm talking about today is how you treat others, what you put into the world, the universe. And hit that like button, hit subscribe, put that out in the universe, hit share, drop a comment, drop something for me, whatever you want to do. It's so appreciated. Thank you for watching. That really means so much. Thank you. Thank you all for watching my shorts. I appreciate you all. Even my friends, Shauna, Angie, Michelle, family, you be watching Deja, my sweet niece, my sister Sharonda. Whoever watched, God bless, God keep. I appreciate it so much. Seriously. Okay, so maybe I better be safe than sorry. I don't want to start being stumbly and bumbly. I really don't need them. You don't have to be a bad person if you struggle with envy and jealousy. And we're going to get right back to that. But comparison, that's costing you more than you think. We'll get back to the envy and jealousy. You know, people are comparing themselves with you, or you're comparing yourself with others. And I'm telling you that Instagram and Facebook and other social media outlets, YouTube, they are looking at you and envying and being envious of you or jealous. And I would say this over and over. Sometimes it's people that quote unquote have it better than you, whatever that means to you. But you would think maybe on paper, they planned it out. They got their life going good. They have money in the bank. They have a spouse. They have kids. They'll look at me. I'm just using me, single lady. And I'm not saying my life is bad because I love my life for me. But they'll be mad at me. And it's like, what? What is happening? That's because you're comparing your life with me. God has put me on this trajectory. He knew it was going to be a day like this. He knew I wasn't going to have kids. He knew I was going to go back to school and get my master's degree and start this practice. That's my baby for now. My nieces and nephew and great nephews, they are my babies. So that was the life he gave me. But don't look at me and get mad and get jealous. And you know this, people, because you know who you are. You know who you're envious of, if that's you, and you know when people are envious of you. There are mothers who envy their daughter because the daughter went further, or she thinks she all of that. And you don't want to give birth to a child and be jealous of them. It just doesn't make sense. God knew about jealousy because of Cain and Abel. If you don't read the Bible, this is in Genesis, the first book. Adam and Eve's sons, and they both gave a sacrifice to God. Abel's was, I guess, better. I hate to describe the story because I kind of read it when I was a little girl. I still know it, but I don't want to misconstrue it. Long story short, Abel's sacrifice was accepted, Cain's wasn't. Cain became jealous and unalived his brother. And God asked, where's your brother? Am I my brother's keeper? You are your brother's keeper. You are. I should be my sister's keeper and my friend's keeper. And he didn't admit that he killed his brother, but God already knew, and it was punishment, and the rest is history. There's your first look at jealousy. So this is since the beginning of time. but it's such a negative emotion. And you'll know when, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but you'll know when people are jealous of you because they'll make off putting comments, they'll give you backhand compliments. Sometimes they can't help it because jealousy is so powerful. They'll turn up their nose or, you know, it's just sick. It's sick. We all, I shouldn't say it's sick, so me, but we all are on our own path. And this is why they say comparison is the thief of joy. Because if you compare your life with somebody else, you're never going to have joy because no matter what all you obtain, you're always looking at the next person and saying, well, I, they got it going on. They lucky. And you'll hear it a lot with us, normal people, which I think everybody's normal, but celebrities, they're like, must be nice. Well, they make millions. Are you going to be up at 8? No, no, no. Are you going to be up at 3 in the morning rehearsing, eating lettuce sandwiches so you can look like they do, or rehearse for 8-10 hours a day? No, you're not. So stop being jealous because they put in the work. I don't know about all the dark stuff that goes on. I hear about it. I can believe it, some of it. But at the end of the day, those people took a risk that you probably didn't take. So get up off your butt, not to be smart at the mouth, but truthful. Get up off your butt and go make it happen for yourself. And some of these people that are rich and famous are miserable, but that's not the point. Some of these people came from nothing. They were homeless. Mariah Carey sings about that and make it happen. She was homeless. And so she made it happen. She did something that some people have not done. So don't be mad. Don't hate the play. I hate the game, baby. Hate the game. You don't have to be a bad person to be envious and jealous. Let's take we can't get over that Jackée Harry interview. And she kept telling Shirley Ralph, because Shirley Ralph plays in my favorite show, Abbott Elementary, and she plays Barbara, an older teacher. She was like, you looked old. Oh, yeah, I just noticed on that show, you looked old. She made sure she said it twice. And I'm like, yeah, Shirley Ralph is gorgeous, stunning, naturally beautiful. So are you jealous? That's what I was thinking. I like both of them, but I just pick up on energy. And I didn't like what she did it twice. She said some more stuff. I was just like, hey man, be happy of your own career. And maybe your own career hasn't gone further because of those type of comments. And like I said, I like them both. It's somebody I know. They were so envious because the Bears were winning, because they like another team. And it was like they jumped off the meeting early because we were happy because our Bears were winning. This is part of this group I'm in. They jumped off. They couldn't stand it. When their team won the Super Bowl, I think it was just last year. So, I get it. You like sports. You're deep into your sports. But you don't have to be jealous because the Bears were winning. We haven't won a Super Bowl since 85. So it's like we not supposed to, us Chicagoans, we not supposed to win nothing. It's just like people just so jealous. It's just so silly. Somebody don't like former President Barack Obama. He's so jealous. Can't keep his name out his mouth. That man smiling, skin bronze. He living his best life, him and his wife. But isn't that something when you living your best life going on, and somebody still they chipping and a chapping about you, and you're not thinking about them. Now who's zooming who? I think Scottie Pippen jealous of Michael Jordan. Now, I give credit to Scottie. He was his right-hand man. Scottie was a heck of a player. And I don't know if we would have won all those championships without Scottie. Scottie did a lot of key moves. But he can't keep Michael Jordan's name out of his mouth. And after a while, it just makes you look itchy and put a B in front of it. And you don't want to look like that as a person, let alone a man. So jealousy is a nasty, nasty emotion. You see, unfortunately, all these shows where someone has been unalived because of jealousy. And I'll tell you a really bad one I saw recently on Fatal Attraction, where this very young lady, like 18, was dating this guy like 21 or 2. And both just such cute, adorable young people. But she did not tell the current boyfriend that I have a crazy ex. And that crazy ex was texting her, and she was coddling him because she was afraid he was going to hurt her or hurt himself. So she was trying to make nice with him to keep him alive or keep herself safe. Did not reveal this to her family, did not reveal this to her boyfriend. And the guy came and unalived her and the boy at her mom's house. And the young man was he was unaware that this crazy ex existed. And it's like, ladies, if you're gonna pull somebody new into your drama, at least give them a heads up so they can be on the lookout, or let them say, hey man, this is too much for me. Good luck with that. I'm out. Because nobody wants to lose their life over a crazy ex. And unfortunately, they both passed away over this crazy guy. And so it's just shameful. And of course, he denied it. He's all on the camera, car driving by. So these people do these crimes in more modern years. Your cell phone's going to give you away. They have cameras everywhere. They could see your car. They could see you. And it's not no grimy camera. They see you clear as day. So it's just shameful how jealousy is a nasty, is one of the most vile emotions. It really is. It really is. Maybe if you're envious, you are hurting inside. Maybe you feel insecure. So we talk about jealousy and envy, but insecurity, an insecure person is about the worst between the two. Jealous and insecure. And an insecure manager tops the cake because you can do all the work. They're gonna grab the credit. They're they're intimidated when you come by because they're insecure. And it's just crazy. And I see it more so in women. Women, holler back if you hear me. Get on the elevator, somebody give you the one up and down. Or, even people can look you up and down. Somebody did me like that. We were going to an event for work. And yeah, your girl, I don't hold back when we go to a banquet. We had a banquet hall. I don't get to dress up like that unless I'm going to a wedding or something really nice. I'm putting on my best Easter suit. I'm putting on a nice pantsuit. I gravitate to that more than dresses lately. But I'm going to look cute, as you should. If men out there, you're going to look handsome for these type of events. And someone gave me an up and down. I remember stuff like that. And the person like 20 years younger. Baby, we not in the same category. If I was in my 30s, I wouldn't be looking at no 50-something-year-old woman. Not saying I'm old, dated, But it's just, when I was younger like that, I looked at 50-something-year-old women with reverence. So like, man, she pretty. Like, I wouldn't be like, look at her. Like, 30-something? Come on, y'all. But this is what women, some, can do. Because they are insecure. Instead of saying, where did you get that outfit? Or me personally, if I notice somebody have nice skin or something, I'm not going to be envious. I'm going to say, now your skin is so nice. What do you do? That's my going line. You said you saved a lot of money. Tell me how you saved. I have this friend that said he saved a lot of money. I said, what? Give me your secret. I'm not going to be envious that they saved. I ask for tips. So when you're envious or jealous or insecure, you're hurting. You're lacking something. You're lacking confidence. But you can work on that by doing affirmations. I am beautiful. I am smart. Small wins. What did you do good this week? What have you done good in your life? What would you like to do? Therapy. You talk to your therapist. Hey, I got to be honest. I'm insecure. I got to be honest. I'm kind of jealous at times. I had somebody, we used to be friends. Her cousin had a baby. She's crying. She told me. She said, I was just crying. I said, oh, you were so happy about the little baby? No, I was jealous. I said, jealous? This person was in her late 20s. I said, why are you jealous? I want to have a baby. Did they stop making babies? They stopped making babies when your cousin had the baby? I told her, sweet, face to face. I said, you should work on that. Don't mean to be so blunt and flip like she could just turn it off. But you 20-something, you need to work on that. Because to be jealous of your cousin having a baby and you 20-something years old, I just can't relate. And I know, some people think all of us have that. I'm not jealous of people because what you see is not always what you get. What happens behind those four walls, I don't know. They're not going to tell you. They're going to act like everything perfect. When you see perfect, whatever. When you see somebody married 20, 30 years, there's a lot of shit went on behind that. There's a lot of hell went on for some couples. They done broke up, got back together. Somebody cheated on each other. Somebody was unemployed. Somebody got sick. It's just Murphy's Law. It's not going to be smooth. They're not going to tell you all that. They're going to pump up and jump on that video and jump on the gram and all that and make it look perfect. Because I'm the same way. I'm not putting my dirt. Like, you don't know my dirt about me and my ex. I'm not putting all that up here because that's not nobody's business. But I'll tell you, it hasn't been easy. It wasn't easy. And our relationship wasn't perfect. It was good, though, to me. But looking back now, I see some things that I could have corrected or addressed. So I'm on the outside looking in. But yeah, don't be jealous because somebody got a husband or they got a wife or they got a big house. You gonna pay the gas bill? Imagine how much people paying on gas in 2025 and 2026 in Illinois. Our winter has been bad. And I live in an apartment and my gas bill shot up. So a big 5-bedroom house, people have to pay for this. And we sitting there jealous. Everybody is on their own individual path. You may be greater later. That's what my friend Miss Laura, great, I call her God aunt. She's 97. She said later in life, things got better for her after 60. That might be your life. Stop comparing, stop being insecure, and for Pete's sake, don't be jealous of your dear friends and your cousins and sisters and mothers. It's just a bad look. And we know. So people know when you're jealous of them. It just oozes out. I'm intuitive. I pick up on stuff. So you can try to hide it all you want. I already know what's what and who's who. It does bother me. I'm not ready to tell a lie. It bothers me if somebody's in my camp and they jealous of me because it don't make no kind of sense to me. But that's their problem. It's got everything to do with them. Absolutely nothing to do with you. Okay? All righty. Let's see here. Where your energy goes, your life follows. And your energy can decide what can enter into your life. And when you're jealous of somebody else, just picture this. Shout out to DMX. Rest in peace, brother. But you blocking your blessings. When you're jealous, you literally just put a big X on your doorway. You put a big X on your heart because you're not appreciating your blessings. I want to ask you some questions. Do you have food? Do you have shoes to put on your feet? Do you have multiple pairs? Do you have nice clothes? Do you have fine jewelry? Do you have a place to live? Do you drive a nice vehicle or have money to get in an Uber or on the bus or the train? Have you traveled lately? Do you have kids? Do you have a spouse? Do you have someone that checks in on you? Do you have a pet? Do you have income, several incomes, somebody that's funding you money or whatever? You're not in a third world country taking a mud bath. You're very blessed. Are you jealous of somebody else? You got to be thankful for what you got. Be thankful for what you got. That's a song. Be thankful. Energy placed outward can't build inward. And people wonder why stuff always happened to them. So in closing, you got to work on the good emotions. You want to have love, joy, peace, happiness. Those are the higher frequencies. Bad is anger, jealousy, envy, insecurity. Those are low vibration. And it shows on your face when you are feeling this way. And it comes from being insecure and not feeling adequate enough. And the way that you can feel adequate enough is to change who you are, how you are. And if it's something about the way you look and it's changeable, change it. And if it's something about the way you live your life, you're bored, change it. If you don't like the career you have, change it. If you want to get married, open yourself up to love. But start with changing you. Don't look at being single as a death sentence or so bad. Use that time to better you. Work on your music, work on your bakery. I would say bakery. Work on your career, work on your fitness, work on your spirituality. That way, when the husband or the wife comes, you'll be already set up. When you get married and have partners and boyfriend and girlfriends, your life changes. You have to spend time with them. It's not just for the Instagram. It's not just for TikTok, whatever you use. You really got to spend time with them. You really need to like them. And it's work. It really is. But don't get mad at the person that got up at 2 in the morning and emailed their paper out for their grad degree. Don't get mad at the person that signed up for the doctorate program. Don't get mad at the person that turned in all the demos to 40 labels and they ended up hitting it and they probably independent have an independent label. Don't get mad at the person that took out the loan and started their business, or the person that met the one they loved on a whim. That's just how their life was supposed to go. Don't be jealous of me. I could tell you now, anybody watching, you don't want breast cancer twice. You don't want your parents to pass away. You don't want stuff thrown at you from an abusive marriage, or rebuilding your finances, rebuilding. I had a rough life. Now for sympathy, because I'm here and I'm talking to you. So I don't need sympathy. But that was my life. So don't be jealous, because when you're jealous of me, you got to get everything I went through. Do you want that? Do you want to not have kids? Those of you that have kids, you want your, I'm not even going to say the rest, but don't be jealous. I personally can't stand it. I don't like it. I don't like no jealous man and no insecure man. Well, you said you was going here. Where you at now? Usually something's wrong with them, or maybe they're the one cheating. Energy out is energy in. And what you put out is what you get back. And it's a good time to work on it. Top of the year. So when you're insecure and you're jealous and you're envious, you're hurting you. You're hurting you. Be grateful for what you got. God will give you more. I promise you. I promise you. He did it for me last week and this week. Panicking, looking at a job. He said, girl, shut up and sit down. All the way down. And I don't even know. Look, let me just see. Let me just see if I can grab my book. Hold on, you all. Bear with me. Bear with me. I tried to go get me a job, you all. And he said, oh, I got a job for you. I got 1 new client right there, 2 right there, 3 right there, 4 right there, 5 right there. I'm not lying to you all. I do employee assistant programs. I have 5 new clients that signed up. I just had a new referral pop in. I just responded to an email yesterday. It's possibly 7, 8 new people, and I'm trying to get a job. Because I'm grateful, though. I'm grateful. I'm not saying I do it all right. I don't, because I just messed up trying to jump up and get a job. But it wasn't to be panicky. It was because I know I have a lot of expenses. And if the money not coming in is not making sense for me, I'm not going to be able to pay them. But God is real and good. And he will step in and show up and show out. But he's not going to show out for me if I'm jealous of my friend. If I'm jealous of my sister or my adult niece and my other sister, he ain't gonna bless me. I'm blessed by the best because he knows that girl is grateful. Not perfect, you all. I mess up. I just told you I did. But one thing I do have is gratitude. And I could be taking a hot shower. I'm like, God, you something else for this hot water. You something else. Thank you for my apartment, God. The one thing that put a smile on my face. Thank you for healing my very ill cat. And I know people are like, shut up about that cat, but he was on his way somewhere else because he was very ill. Liver was all messed up. And that cat is running through my house like Flojo. Maybe Usain Bolt because he's a boy. I'm out of here. I need to go home, get me something to eat, and let the robo vacuum cleaner vacuum my floor. Thank you, Sharonda. My little sister gave me that. And scare the cat. It don't scare him. He's not scary. He gonna follow it all through the apartment. Better give him something to do. Tammy Sharice Walker. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. God bless. God keep.